So if you pay attention to anything Rockstar related on social media or watch any content creators that make content on the games that Rockstar make, you probably have seen the new wave of angered fans with the hashtag Save Red Dead Online that was trending, at least for me on Twitter, and from the looks of it, a lot of other people as well. So I wanted to kind of just talk about the whole unfortunate situation that Red Dead Online is currently in, and the seemingly gloomy future it has. Everyone knows by now that Red Dead Online has gotten noticeably less attention than Rockstar's other big game, GTA Online, really ever since the beta days of Red Dead. RDO has always had a lot of potential to it for some really fun updates, but it just hasn't gotten to that level yet, and it most likely never will at this point. When you go back and compare it through the years to GTA Online, in December of 2019, we got the Moonshiner update to Red Dead, which, to be fair, was one of the best updates that Red Dead Online has had. But around that same time, we also saw the biggest update for GTA Online at the time in the Diamond Casino heist. Then in the summer of 2020, RDO actually had the bigger update in my opinion with Naturals compared to the summer special, but I'm pretty sure the GTA update originally planned for that time had to be changed due to some real world events. I don't really think I need to specify any more on that. In December of 2020, GTA of course got the Cayo Perico heist, the biggest expansion to this day even, while Red Dead Online received the Bounty Hunter expansion, a putrid little update. And finally, fast forward to today in 2022, and we are just coming off of a massive GTA update, and for Red Dead, there was no update in sight, just some survival maps in the snow. The community is hoping for some official information from Rockstar regarding the next update after this month-long event that lasted all of December, but that is also looking less likely as we have just received the second consecutive month-long event for all of January. And that is where we stand now with the whole hashtag Save Red Dead Online being posted all around Twitter to protest the neglect and just lack of communication for the game. I have to give this community a lot of props for sticking with Red Dead Online for so long given how it's been treated. I mean, Rockstar pretty much spit in the faces of every single hardcore fan when they changed the daily challenges. What's that? You had a streak lasting 180 days, which means you logged on 180 days in a row? Oh, well, we don't care about you. That's essentially what happened. As much as I personally would love to be able to do awesome co-op robberies or own a house or have all these cool things and updates, I've kind of just lost all hope for it at this point. You know, we've been through this exact same thing in the summer of 2020 waiting for Naturalist with the whole clown movement. That was also protesting the lack of communication and just the lack of updates for Red Dead Online. They did in fact post DLC information shortly after that movement, but really that could have just been a lucky coincidence considering they clearly haven't learned how to communicate with the community because here we are again and the same thing is happening. So I don't really think they give two shits about Red Dead Online or whatever the players think. Hell, they don't really give a fuck about GTA Online that much either with all the long-lasting issues that game has. Obviously, it sucks that Red Dead Online doesn't get treated like GTA Online, but at the end of the day, it's simply business for them. And I'm not some GTA fanboy that is saying that because I'm also highly critical of the decisions that Rockstar has made with that game as well. But I like both games, and I would probably play a lot more Red Dead Online if it had more content because at this point, there's just nothing to do. I already pretty much have all the money and gold bars that I need. I have like $50,000 and 640 gold bars or something. And when you have all that money, there's really not much to do besides just keep grinding for more of it. So typically I'll only play if there's an outlaw pass to grind out or if there's a new update, I'll play it. But at the same time, I can understand why they would favor GTA over Red Dead Online. It's simple, GTA is their more popular game with a wider audience that plays it. So if they had to pick one to update over the other, they're obviously going to pick GTA because that's going to make it more money because more people play it. Does it suck that it's like that? Of course it does. You know, in a perfect world, it'd be nice if both games could get updated and both games could get equal attention. But the harsh reality is that from a business perspective, all they see is that more players play GTA, so they're obviously going to put more focus on the thing that can make them more money. In a way, we're all kind of hypocrites in this community because everyone complains all the time about not having GTA 6 yet, and Rockstar are just milking GTA Online as long as they can. You know, GTA Online is the reason why we don't have GTA 6 yet. GTA 5 has been out for like 10 years. Where's the next GTA, Rockstar? All that stuff you typically see on social media. We have to realize that Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in 2018, and that game was in development for like 8 years, and had at one point around 2,000 people working on it at once. A combined effort by like all their studios. And on top of that, you had all the stories about crunch time being a complete nightmare before it came out. Well, RDR2 was a masterpiece, I think most of us can agree on that. And that masterpiece took a ton of time and work to get it to where it was. So to complain about GTA 6 not being out yet or saying that the only reason that GTA 6 isn't here is because of the success of GTA Online is kind of silly because you completely ignore the fact that RDR2 needed so much dev time, and rightfully so. RDR2 still to this day is one of the best looking games even on last generation consoles, and also one of the best story games that I've ever played. And how this all wraps around back to the original topic, you have to look at it this way. If new content for Red Dead Online is nowhere to be found, they are obviously allocating those resources elsewhere because they're not just going to ditch a game for no reason. And if they were going to reallocate the devs, they are obviously going to do it from their least profitable game, which is Red Dead Online. Expanded and Enhanced is due out in March, which I think will get delayed again personally, but there's that. And it's also quite obvious they are ramping up development for their next unannounced title. RDR2 has been out for 3 years now, so we're getting closer and closer to that point where there would be an announcement. Let's not forget, RDR2's first announcement trailer released in 2016, 3 years after GTA 5's initial release. Rockstar just can't really win no matter what they do. Even if they came out and said they were stopping development on Red Dead Online to focus on future projects, people would still be very angry and complain. But then on the other end of the spectrum, there's people that complain about GTA 6 not being out yet, and if they had to stop working on one of their projects to work on GTA 6 or whatever their next game is in order to get it out at a decent rate, people would also complain. And you know what? We're all hypocrites because at the end of the day, when they finally do update Red Dead Online, and they finally do release the eventual GTA 6, all these people on Twitter complaining about GTA 6, they're all gonna fucking buy it. When we finally do get some information about a Red Dead Online update, that hashtag will slowly fade into insignificance, much like the clown movement last year, because people are still gonna play the update whether they like it or not, and Rockstar is still gonna make money because there's a bunch of casuals that play this game that don't watch YouTube at all. And as long as that happens, they have no reason to change. And I'm in no way against the hashtag Save Red Dead Online movement. I want to be able to do co-op robberies and awesome shit with my friends as much as the next guy in Red Dead Online. But it's kind of funny to just take a step back and look at the big picture of how things really are. But that's pretty much my take on the whole situation. Maybe this entire movement will work and I'll just look like a massive fool and Red Dead Online will get a massive update this year. A nice next-gen patch with 60 FPS would be very nice. But if not, I guess we just have to look forward to whatever Rockstar is making behind the scenes. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.